Very good evening. Nice to meet you to all the participants and respected P. Manjula Madam Garu, Dr. P. Manjula Madam Garu, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Usmania University, Hyderabad. Madam has previously worked in Raja Bahadur Venkat Ramireddy Women's College Autonomous Narayanguda, Hyderabad. Now, Madam is working as a faculty in the Department of Botany, Usmania University. It is a prestigious and historical university. Recently, Usmania University Department of Botany has celebrated centenary celebrations. 100-year celebrations has already celebrated last year. So, in this regard, we would like to invite Dr. P. Manjula Pamuraju Manjula Madam Garu, belongs to our Karimnagar district. Now, Madam is settled at Hyderabad. Madam, please welcome, share your screen and start your session regarding of our CPGET 2025 free online coaching and also other competitive exams related to plant sciences and plant biotechnology and ecology biodiversity. It is also helpful for AP set and TG set, also CSR, NTA, UGC net also. Madam, please welcome and start your session.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, good evening. So, today's topic is ecological adaptations of xerophytes. Sir, is it visible screen?
Yes, madam. Please, you may proceed.
Okay.
Yes, madam.
So, today's topic is ecological adaptations of xerophytes. So, generally plants based on the availability of water, they are classified into hydrophytes, xerophytes and mesophytes. So, hydrophytes, the plants mainly they grow in the water or near water bodies. When the water is available, where the water is available, in that condition, so the plants will grow. They are called as the hydrophytes. Xerophytes means generally the plants which grow in dry habitats are xeric conditions. They are called as the xerophytes. That is, they can grow in dry habitats where there is no availability of water. So when the water is available during that condition, they can store or they can preserve in their plant body and they can be utilized. So here the characteristics of these plants are generally the plants of the deserts and semi-desert region. So they can grow in mesophytic conditions also, where the available water is in sufficient quantity. So, but they can withstand extreme dry conditions and low humidity and also the high temperatures. These plants, they can grow in when the water is available in that conditions also they can grow and also they can withstand extreme dry conditions and also the low humidity and high temperature conditions. So they develop special structural and physiological characteristics. Here these xerophytes, when they are growing in dry habitats, they can have some special characters for the mainly to observe as much as water as they can get from the surroundings. So for this purpose, so here the water is, so generally these they grow in the dry habitat. So they can absorb water. So for this purpose, here the well-developed root system, we can observe the well-developed root system to absorb water and also to retain water in their organs for very long time. So here the plants, when the water is available, they can store water in their organs like root, stem, leaf, like that. And they can be used when the water is available. So, and to reduce the transpiration rate to minimum. So, for this purpose, here, they also, here the adaptations to reduce transpiration because to store the preserve the water and also to check high consumption of water. So, for this purpose, here mainly when the water is available to observe as much as water as they can get from the surroundings and to retain the water in their organs. When the water is available, they can retain the water in their organs and also reduce the transpiration and also to check high consumption of water. So here xerophytes, they are classified into three types based on their drought resisting power. So based on their drought resisting power, here these xerophytes are again classified into three types, that is drought escaping plants, drought enduring plants and drought resistant plants. So drought escaping plants means so they are short lived. The plants, they are short lived and they are small sized plants which complete their life cycle within a few weeks only. Because and when the water is available during that time only, so they can grow, and during unfavorable, when the water is unavailable, so they are persist like a persisting like any pot like that. So they are also called as ephemerals or drought evaders or drought escapers. So they complete their life cycle within the when the water is available only that time. So they can complete their life cycle, and during the hard, that is xeric conditions, drought conditions, they remain as a birds or any other structures. So when the water is available, again it will again germinate to produce the all pots. Another one is the drought enduring plants. So the small sized plants which have capacity to endure or tolerate the drought. So these plants, they have the capacity to they can tolerate the dry conditions. Another one is the drought resistant plants. So these plants, they develop the certain adaptive features in them, so through which they can resist extreme drought conditions also. So these drought resistant plants, generally they are called as a true xerophytes. So main characters of these xerophytes are the plants which are adapted to survive under very poor availability of water, and mainly the plants like cacti and other succulents are typically found in deserts, so where low rainfall and normal phenomena, but few xerophytes, they can also found in the moist habitats such as tropical forest or exploiting niches, so where water supplies are limited or too intermittent for mesophytic plants. So here the plants that live under Arctic range conditions may also have a need for xerophytic adaptation, because here the water is unavailable for uptake when the ground is frozen. So their leaves are also covered with silvery hairs. So some plants which live in very dry situations, while on the other hand, so some are living in the conditions of fairly reasonable supply of water. So here the xerophytes, here generally they are adapted to survive under very poor availability of water. But some are, even though during the water is available, they can store the water and they can be used for the when the water is required. So the plants which growing in dry situations, they develop a large and deeply penetrating root system. And some plants which growing in marshy places, so they possess high osmotic concentration, and due to this higher concentration within the plants, so they can absorb the water from the marshy soils. Example here, Molinia. So because here the plants, when the high, here the modification only here. So because the plant body that has a high osmotic concentration within the plant, then only they can absorb water from the marshy soil. So generally, this xerophytic plants, they possess the succulents or small leaves having less surface which is exposed to wind. So here sometimes these leaves, they contain abundance of mucilage also, which tends to reduce the transpiration. In addition to these morphological adaptations, the plants also possess many anatomical adaptations also. So here again, so classification of xerophytic plants on the basis of their morphology and life cycle pattern. So on the basis of their morphology and also in the life cycle pattern, here these are classified into three. That is ephemeral or annuals. That is that is drought evaders or drought escapers. So another name for this is ephemeral annuals. So these plants, they complete their life cycle within a short period, and they do not withstand dry seasons, but they avoid them. Example for this ephemeral annuals is Archimon mexicana. Another one is the succulents. That is here these plants, they grow in habitats with less or no water, and they store water whenever it is available. So they have a succulent and fleshy organs like stems. They store the water in stems, leaves, and roots, so which serve as a water storage organs and accumulate large amounts of water during the rainy season. Example for this succulents is euphorbia and opuntia. So another one is a non-succulent perennials. So these are called as a drought resistant, they are also called as a true xerophytes, because they possess a number of morphological, anatomical, and physiological characters, so which enable them to withstand critical dry conditions. So here non-succulent perennials. So here the different names. So that is drought escaping plants are ephemeral annuals are drought evaders. So drought enduring plants means succulents, and drought resistant plants means non-succulents, perennials. These are the true xerophytes. Example for this are calotropis, acacia, casuarina, and nerium. So these are the non-succulent perennials. So they can withstand dry conditions. So these are called as a true xerophytes. Because here in succulents, so when the water is available, they can preserve and they can be used. But here they are non-succulent. They can withstand the high dry conditions. So anatomical adaptations in xerophytes. Internally, so here the anatomical adaptations in xerophytes in the leaves, xerophytic leaves. So here the epidermis, generally here main characters in xerophytes are that is the presence of the well-developed root system and present well-developed mechanical tissue, and also here the protective layers also well-developed in xerophytic plants. So epidermis is the organ that generally it is outer layer and it is thick and it is compactly arranged and it is single layered with thick walls. Generally it is sometimes this epidermis it is also multi-layered. Maybe on the dorsal surface, so it may be present only on one side or sometimes it is present on the both surfaces. Example, nerium. Next to stomata. So generally in xerophyte, that is the sunken stomata is seen. That is present, which is somewhat in a stomatal chamber. So here the reduction of transpiration is also for to reduce the transpiration. So these sunken stomata is seen in the xerophytes. So here the walls of the guard cells and subsidiary cells are also heavily cutinized and lignified. So here this is stomatal cavities also, which are also provided with stomatal hairs. So in some desert plants like Capparis, Spinosa and Aristidia ciliata, the stomata may be sometimes get blocked due to the deposition of resinous matter or wax. So here first one is the epidermal, that is protective layer is well developed in xerophytes. Second one is the